America responsible for the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, the president of Haiti? Is the United States of America? Did they just assassinate the leader of another country, a sovereign nation? First of all, I want to just get these two facts right off the top. Ariel Henry is the rightful prime minister of Haiti, not that Claude Joseph. That Claude Joseph is not. It's Ariel Henry. Ariel Henry is the rightful prime minister of Haiti, not Claude Joseph. Claude Joseph is number 6 prime minister. Ariel Henry is number 7. And Jovenel Moïse, he still had 8 months left on his 5-year term. When you get elected president of Haiti, you get to be president for 5 years. Jovenel Moïse was the legal and the constitutional president of Haiti. So stop saying that he was not. Okay, so is America responsible? Did Joe Biden give the order to get Jovenel Moïse killed? Did he order the hit? Did Joe Biden order the hit? So this has just happened yesterday. Today we're told that 4 people were killed, 2 were arrested, and that they were somehow connected for the assassination, or they were responsible for the assassination. 4 people were killed, 2 were arrested. The people were held hostage. The police people were held hostage for a minute at first. 3 hostages. So these, whoever the fuck these people that they killed and arrested, they had held the police hostage. 3 of the police officers hostage before, 4 of them are going to get killed, 2 are going to get arrested. So ultimately, I need to know what's the evidence that these people did it. What's the evidence that these people did it? Because we need to know who did it. Was it foreigners? Is it internal? What nation is responsible? Then is it, revolutionary? Is it terrorism? What the hell's going on? So yeah, who are these people? They just killed 4 people, 2 are arrested. Are the cops just blowing motherfuckers away? Are the cops just blowing motherfuckers away, and then because they're gangs, they had held them hostage just because it's like, you're going to try to blame this shit on us? You're going to what? Try to say that we're responsible for the assassination of the motherfucking president? Are you fucking kidding me? Just like with Lee Harvey Oswald, JFK was shot, and here's a guy the cops have arrested. So there you go, open and shut case. Open and shut case. 4 people were hung for Abe Lincoln's assassination. And you had John Wilkes Booth. He got shot in the neck in that tobacco barn. And I don't think he broke his leg. But there's a lot of questions about who killed Jovenel Moïse. Who killed Jovenel Moïse? Speaking Spanish, I don't know any Georgian or Floridians. The guy said this is a DEA operation. I know that USAID is tied to the war on drugs. So the DEA, I don't know if I wouldn't put it past the CIA to yell DEA. Maybe the CIA is yelling DEA. It would give the perfect pretense for intervention too, right? If you kill the president, well then now Haiti's in. So now Joe Biden has to invade. He's got to invade Haiti because it's, shit show. I think the Haitian people should immediately, there should just be a law or rule. How many fucking coup d'etats? 2004 coup d'etat, 1991 coup d'etat, 1986 coup d'etat. There was the occupation, 15, 20 years occupation that started in 1915. And that was after, 6 presidents were deposed after 4 years. So that's, if that's the standard, 6 presidents deposed over a span of 4 years, 6 presidents, 4 years. This has just been 1 president over the span of 4 years. So we still have to wait for 5 more presidents to be deposed before the United States should even think about invading. Unless they send me, I would be the Sonthonax of Haiti. That's the only thing that will save Haiti is a Sonthonax if the U.S. wants to intervene. Because really the U.S. has done all the fucking damage in the goddamned world. Over and over again, the United States government. So 2004, that was Baby Bush and Aristide. In 1991, that was Papa Bush and Aristide. And in 1986, that was Ronald Reagan and Baby Doc. And so this does depart from, there is a departure of tradition, or there's a departure of routine. This isn't typical. That 100 years ago, right? You had 6 depositions of presidents, deposements of presidents within 4 years. That was 100 years ago. They've been having pretty standard democracy, except for the coup d'etats. But in spite of the coup d'etats, they've been having some kind of democracy. Now, an interesting point. This is what Nico House was saying. An interesting point is that Jovenel Moise was our guy. That was the United States government's guy, and so was Michael Martelli. So Michael Martelli, he couldn't get into the damn election or some shit. Hillary Clinton pulled some strings, cheated, and got Michael Martelli into the election, even though he wasn't, allowed to be in the election. And then Jovenel Moise, there was apparently some kind of shenanigans going on with him, too. Now, he has been in there for, 4 of the 5 years. I do believe he is the rightful president. I don't know about the shenanigans. I know about the shenanigans with Michael Martelli, but they're the same political party. So you got this Tet colleague, which is Creole for the Bald Head Party. Both Michael Martelli was bald-headed, and so was Jovenel Moise. And R.I.P. Jovenel Moise. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I like Jovenel Moise. He's a handsome black man. He spoke the King's Creole, liked to, see the shit he was doing on Twitter. He was always like some new water project, some new electric or internet project. I saw him driving a tractor. I thought that was pretty impressive. He was driving a tractor somewhere in rural Haiti. So there's a lot of shit that's going on here, right? They're speaking Spanish. So what's that mean? Are they from the Dominican Republic? Probably. CIA could yell DEA. I'm not going to put it past the U.S. government. Frankly, if you look at the answers by Joe Biden and the fucking State Department, these fucking motherfuckers, these nasty, oh, fucking shit. So Joe looks like he was, just answering a nice person's question, but then they asked a big question and he started backing up immediately. Joe Biden answered that question just like he answered the question about, the Tara Reid, about the allegations with Tara Reid. Is like, hey, did you finger Tara Reid? Finger Tara Reid? Me? No. 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 So they asked him, what he thought about the situation in Haiti, and he said it was worrisome, and you see that headline all over the place. Look at the video. Look at the fucking video. Joe Biden looks like he ordered the fucking hit, and then somebody asked him the fucking question, and he about fell over. Oh, shit. Who is this reporter? Maybe this reporter is a paid agent of the Kremlin or some shit. I don't know. But, so there's, the only thing that I feel like is the speaking of Spanish, they speak of Spanish. They had drones, there were several of them, they had Nissan pickups or some shit, they had like these, real nice patrol vehicles, Nissan patrol vehicles, and, they had weapons, and it was very professional, very calculated, and when they were outside, they were shouting that they were the DEA. They were shouting that they were the DEA, yelling it. And say, this is a DEA operation, stand down, stand back, or some shit. Now, the English looks, kind of sound a little off to me, but I was trying not to make that point, so ignore that part. I mean, it's just Southern talk, right? And isn't that just the way Southern talk is? It's got to be. English has to be a little bit off, so it sounds a little bit off to me. But I'm more perplexed by the Spanish. They were speaking Spanish? How many Georgians or Floridians do you know that speak Spanish? How many Southerners? How many Alabama or fucking Mississippians do you know that speak Spanish? And it sounded like a Southern accent. They want to say it's an American accent. Well, this is the DEA. Now, this is a DEA operation. Y'all need to get down, and you need to step back. You need to stand down. They were telling him to stand down. Stand down. How do you stand down? Like I'm standing, but stand down? You mean get down? You mean lay up? Stand down? It doesn't. So, the CIA could yell DEA. This very much could be a United States hit. But it doesn't make sense because it's killing our own guy. Why would we kill our own guy? Why would Batman kill Robin? Why would Superman kill Lois Lane? Why would George kill Lenny? So, we killed our own guy. The United States government killed our own guy in Haiti. And, you know, I asked the question and I'll answer it. Why would they do that? Because it makes it look legit. Right? That was our fucking guy. Have we ever done that before? Has the United States government ever taken out our own guy? We've done coup d'etats all over the world, right? Usually socialists and communists and people that we aren't even... But have we taken out our own guy? And yes, we actually have a very long history of taking out our own guy. We have, let's see, Diem, that was JFK. JFK took Diem in November 2nd, 1963. And I'll end it off with a story about JFK and Diem, because Diem's going to get assassinated November 2nd, 1963. And then JFK's going to get assassinated like 20 days later or some shit. So JFK went ahead and gave the wink and the nod, let the CIA pay, $3 million or some shit to get the leader of South Vietnam, the president of South Vietnam, killed. We were in South Vietnam to protect South Vietnam, and all we did was pay the CIA to take out, and it was basically the generals had already said, we don't want this guy, and we just, you know, said, it's okay, go ahead and do it, and then gave them some money. So they had already, you know, established it. They had already figured out that, you know, Brutus and all the senators were going to kill their Caesar. But it's just crazy that JFK got killed within 20 days after, you know, he allowed this assassination program to go out. And then, of course, Vietnam, right, that turned out to be an amazing success. By America, we made Vietnam safe for democracy. So, and then once we, you know, did that, we just came back home and let them have their own country. It was basically a tie, right? In that Vietnam War was a tie. Have we ever killed our own guy? Yeah, Saddam Hussein. We killed Saddam Hussein. We gave, you know, Ronald Reagan gave him weapons. Bin Laden, we killed Bin Laden. Bin Laden was our fucking guy. Diem, the president of South Vietnam, that was our guy. That was our guy. Bin Laden, he was, you know, our guy fighting the Russians in Afghanistan. Saddam Hussein fighting Iran for us, right? In fact, I think that's when he gassed the Kurds. That's when Ronald Reagan was giving them weapons. So, and then Ronald Reagan was giving Papa Doc a bunch of weapons too. Papa Doc was like doing a bunch of, like, what were they saying? Selling his organs and shit. They were like fucking just sick shit. Papa Doc, he was, you know, Washington's favorite. You know, Reagan didn't mind giving him a bunch of money and weapons and shit because he was fighting communism. So Papa Doc was our guy. Bin Laden was our guy. Saddam Hussein was our guy. Noriega in Panama was our guy. And then Papa Bush is going to take him out. So, you know, I think that really I answered my own question. Why would you take out your own guy? Because nobody, who the fuck would suspect it, right? That's kind of like the easiest fucking thing to do in the world, right? If that was your guy and you took him out, now you could just put whoever you want, you know, in the place to replace them. That was your person. And now also, you know, think about this. Jovenel Moise is going to be, you know, it's very sad and tragic, but he's going to, you know, be essentially just, you know, venerated and deified, treated like a god now. He's going to have statues, and people are going to cry as if they knew Jovenel Moise. Think about how America was when JFK got assassinated. The whole country just fucking froze, right? You know, you have one person's face that represents the whole nation, and then that person's face just got the fuck blown off. Well, that's what Haiti is going through right now. This is just day 2, and this has been on top of, like, just on top of, you know, extreme poverty and extreme violence and crime. So they already have a lot of shit to deal with, and it looks like it's spilt over, right? It's just so fucking much. And the policies of the Tet Kale party hasn't made the people of Haiti, you know, it hasn't made the economics better. And there is the question about the Caribbean, whatever, all that money from Venezuela. So he was ruling by decree. He was literally a dictator. I just can't tell if he was benevolent or not. And since, you know, that's their guy, it wasn't like he was a Hitler. It wasn't like he had a bunch of fucking concentration camps and like he was invading countries and shit. So I feel like he just, you know, just kind of was ineffective, tried to do this and that, but he was just, I don't know. I like his Twitter feed. I like his Twitter feed. I tried to learn Creole by watching his Twitter feed. So yeah, Joe Biden, he was weird about his answer. He backed away. They was like, so what do you think about the situation? He's like, what, Haiti? Well, I didn't order the hit. What do you mean? Me? What? He just immediately starts backing away, and he just answers with a single sentence. He said that the situation in Haiti is worrisome. Yeah, like so worrisome that the United States government needs to pull a coup d'etat in Haiti in order to justify military intervention, and then again, get one of our puppets, right? Military intervention, have an election, make sure our guy becomes president. Why don't we just let Haiti elect their own fucking people and have their guy, like a governor? My God, we don't do this to our own fucking states, and we're just treating Haiti as just so fucking bad. You know, there's never been any no governor in America has ever been assassinated except for one. And that was in Kentucky in 1900. So one governor got assassinated. Every 4 years there's a brand new governor that's getting elected. There's been governors of states just as long as there's been presidents of America. And so, as you know, how come the governors aren't, you know, so my point is just, I guess, compare and contrast how the U.S., you know, the federal government, they don't intervene, you know, fucking Alabama, Mississippi just had an election in Virginia that only had a 15% turnout rate. That's not a real democracy. The federal government needs to intervene, and instead of, you know, doing good, rightful things but it doesn't. Instead, we'll just fuck with other nations and countries and keep on deposing their fucking leadership and shit. America's got problems. We don't have a perfect democracy. We have elections. And half the states' elections are dog shit. Colorado has really great elections. So, what am I saying? I'm saying that America doesn't have her shit together. We're going to sit there and depose another fucking nation's president over and over again and tell them that, you know, we want them to elect a president that serves our interest. Meanwhile, our president doesn't even serve our fucking interest. We've been anti-socialist, you know, since the beginning. So we don't care about the people. We don't care about the health of the people. We won't get health care in America because the U.S. government doesn't give a shit about the health, which is the life. Your health is your life. That's like one of the questions, like kind of just shooting the shit questions that, you know, how's the family? How's your health? You know, in America, fuck your health. We don't give a shit. I don't want to hear about your health problems. What? You don't have health care? I know. Neither do I. None of us do. So what? Oh, yeah, COVID, that pandemic and shit. Probably should have got, you know, some kind of health care. Maybe family sick leave. Maybe a public option. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? So the DEA, they said it was a southern accent, but they were speaking Spanish too, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like they're too smart to be, you know, southern accent, but I don't know. Maybe it could be CIA, it could be DEA, it could be anybody. It could be those 4 guys that they just killed. Maybe those 4 guys are just convenient people to kill. Maybe the police are just, you know, just arresting somebody just to kind of, you know, put the public at bay. They're doing something, right? Something is being done. I think the United States government should adopt Haiti as its 51st state. I don't know if Haiti wants to become American, but if Haiti wants to become an American state, get a referendum. Do you want to become an American state? I would happily accept Haiti and Puerto Rico and Guam and all the, you know, territories of America. We got 14 colonies. You know, that's how you actually change America from being an empire to a republic, is the colonies adopt them as states, and then they become Americans. Then they're part of the republic now. But as long as we got colonies like Puerto Rico and Guam and Virgin Islands and some other 10 other islands or some shit. So we need to adopt Haiti as the 51st state. We need to adopt Puerto Rico, right? Adopt, I don't know, Bolivia or Nicaragua if they want to fucking become American states. I think I would love to see this entire continent become all, you know, it'd be awesome to drive all the way down to Argentina, to drive around South America, do Che Guevara's motorcycle diaries. That'd be fucking fun as fuck. So there was one report that said Jovenel's wife was killed, but then they shipped her to Miami, and apparently she's in stable condition, so she's still alive. she got shot in the arm, and then they said she was killed, and then they said that she was in stable condition in Florida. So, has the U.S. government, has the United States government ever killed our own guy? We do it all the time. It's easier to kill your own guy, if anything, right? Just like the fucking Joker in the very beginning. He killed all of his own guys. And you know they're all pieces of shit, so who felt bad about that, right? The Joker killed his own guys. Why would he do something that makes no sense? But it does make sense, because it makes us look like the good guys no matter what, right? We got Saddam Hussein, even though we put money in his pocket. We got Bin Laden, even though we got Noriega. We got Papa Doc. So we went ahead and installed these terrible dictators that just, you know, they were terrible for their own populations, but it was when they bucked the U.S. government. When they did something the U.S. government didn't like. I think Aristide, the reason why the U.S. government coup d'etat Aristide so many times, he was just well-loved and beloved, populist, democratic, he's Christian. And so the biggest thing was that he was talking about reparations, that France owed reparations to Haiti because, you know, for about 50 years they were just taking fucking money out of what? Papa Doc, his peers was Mobutu in Congo, Mugabe in Zimbabwe, Mubarak in Egypt, Saddam, Gaddafi, and the Assads. Oh my God, Papa Doc had the Assads as his peer, and Gaddafi and Saddam. Look at these people. How are these dictators? This is 1986. 1986 was Mubarak, Mugabe, Mobutu, Saddam, Gaddafi, and the Assads. 1980 motherfucking 6. That's a long time. That's a long time. But Syria is a true democracy. Don't question it. The Assads are your daddies. They are your God, king, philosopher, king. They are, just shut your mouth. So let's see, let's see, make sure we got, cover everything here. So yeah, crazy shit, right? So it's kind of crazy that, are they foreigners, are they internal? Because if they kill those 4 people, one of the government officials said that they were mercenaries. So if they were mercenaries, paid soldiers, contract killer soldiers, that sounds like foreigners to me. If they're foreigners, you know, and they're still in Haiti, they're arresting 2 and killed 4, they're still in Haiti, they never left by land, air, or sea. The U.S. government went and just did an assassination program and then hung around. No fucking way. I feel like either, well, maybe, you know what, people would be looking for the immediate getaway, but maybe the best getaway is just to get to some fucking safe place and lay low for, you know, a month, and then just wander wherever the fuck you know, go back home, wander on back home. So it could be local mercenaries or it could be foreign mercenaries. The politicians have their own gangs doing their own bidding. So, you know, each one of the politicians, they got different street gangs that's kind of, that they're controlling the streets and shit. So it could be any one of these politicians, any one of these opposition politicians pretending to be, you know, the Americans because I'm sure that's, you know, a big thing. Oh, you're bought and paid. Well, because you are bought and paid for by America. Jovenel Moïse is going to benefit from the machine, the corrupt machine that you had, what's-his-face, Martelli built. Why would the U.S. kill their own guy? Because nobody would wonder, nobody would suspect it, and it also gives a pretense for invasion. Immediately, the Washington Post, there's an editorial about Haiti. We need swift and muscular intervention. You hear that, Joe Biden? You want to be fucking swift and muscular? Miami Herald is doing it too. The U.S. and its top allies have trampled democracy, human rights in Haiti. Through most of the 21st century, they're never held accountable. They keep on doing it. Yeah, so Joe Biden was weird. He was weird about his fucking answer. He was weird about his answer. Hey, what do you think about Haiti? Haiti? No, Haiti? No, we didn't. I didn't send the DEA. I didn't send the DEA out there. Then they asked the fucking State Department guy, was it the DEA? And he goes, the false allegations are just that. They're false allegations. say no, the fucking DEA didn't do it. What the fuck is wrong? How, Jesus fucking Christ. DEA with a southern accent, and they speak Spanish? I guess so, maybe. Right? I mean, I guess if you're working for the Fed, you might be more smarter than the average bear. And, let's see, anything else? I mentioned the U.S. occupation of Haiti, 20 years. The reason why the U.S. occupied Haiti in 1915 was because there were 6 deposed presidents in 4 years. So it took 6 deposed presidents. You got to get rid of 5 more Haiti. If it was American done, you got to get rid of 5 more Haitian presidents before you give a pretense for going in there. America, we know exactly, you know, the U.S. government, we know what kind of bullshit you've been doing, you know, in Haiti. We know this shit. Baby Bush, he went against Aristide. Why? Because Aristide was a good fucking man who wanted reparations from France. That happened in 2004, 1991, 1968. Right, 1968 was Baby Doc. So Ronald Reagan's giving Baby, you know, Papa Doc all that money. He's fighting communists, and then Baby Doc gets in there, and they fucking. Well, I guess that was 1986. My bad. I'm dyslexic. So 1986, 1991, 2004. This is recent history. This is recent fucking history. So I guess in a way we haven't fucked with Haiti for 17 years, but we did it 100 fucking years ago. The Monroe Doctrine. We think we can just, you know, basically be up everybody's assholes that's on the Western continent. So I don't want America to intervene right now unless you send me, because what I would do is I would immediately institute elections and get a brand new president within a goddamn month. I would get the U.S., you know, fucking Marines there and have polling stations every place, make sure everybody has, you know, one ballot and get their number or whatever registered into the fucking system and get instant runoff voting, get referendum, recall, and then, you know, basically this is the idea. Democracy means you have the power. Hey, Haitian people, do you want to have the power, or do you just want some, you know, monarch telling you what to do? The rest of the world, the end of history, democracy. Who the fuck would, you know, whatever. It might be not the best out of all of them, but, or it is the best out of all of them. It might not be the greatest system, but it's the best one out of, what other, monarchy, aristocracy? What fucking, if you're against democracy, what do you, fascism, right? You're just talking about you're a fascist piece of shit. Miami Herald, the Washington Post, they're pushing for U.S. intervention. I do not want the United States to invade Haiti over this at all, especially since I feel like it might be the United States that actually did the damn thing. And if the United States did the damn thing, I mean, that's fucking terrible. That's fucking disgusting and gross. So I guess I'll just end it off with JFK, the way that he's going to get rid of Diem. I'm just going to read this paragraph. I got 2 minutes. I'll get it in. So November 2nd, 1963, JFK is going to do an assassination of the South American president. So November 1st, the day before November 2nd, 1963, the country's leading generals launched a coup d'etat with assistance from the CIA. So Nien, some guy named Nien, he was wearing his military uniform. He stuffed 3 million Vietnamese piastres, some kind of money, into a bag to be given to General Minh. Duan Van Minh, he was the one that was going to succeed Diem as president. So General Minh, Duan Van Minh, got a shit ton of fucking money from the CIA. And since the CIA is giving you money, they're also giving you the AOK, right? U.S. ain't going to fucking say shit if you do this shit. So the Conan called the CIA station, gave a signal indicating that the planned coup against President Diem was about to start. Minh and his co-conspirators swiftly overthrew the government, with only the palace guard remaining to defend Diem and his younger brother Nihu. The generals called the palace, offering Diem exile if he surrendered. That evening, however, Diem and his entourage escaped via an underground passage to Cha Tam Catholic Church in Cholon, where they were captured the following morning. On November 2nd, 1963, the brothers were assassinated in the back of an M113 armored personal carrier with a bayonet and revolver by Captain Nguyen Van Nhung, under orders from men given while en route to the Vietnamese Joint General Staff Headquarters. Diem was buried in an unmarked grave in a cemetery next to the house of the U.S. ambassador. So there you go. Shot the M113 on